Have you ever pondered whether wealth and happiness are interconnected or mutually exclusive? This is a question that has puzzled many of us. We often hold preconceived notions about wealth and happiness, associating one with the other, or viewing them as two contrasting entities. Some of us believe wealth is the key to happiness, while others argue that true happiness lies in the simple things, far removed from financial abundance. Here's where the Almanack of Naval Ravikant, a guide to wealth and happiness, comes into play. Authored by Jorgenson, this book breaks down the complex relationship between wealth and happiness. Jorgenson presents the insights and wisdom of Naval Ravikant, an entrepreneur and angel investor who has spent a significant amount of time exploring these two aspects of life. So, let's delve deeper and discover what Naval Ravikant has to say about wealth and happiness. This journey promises to be enlightening, challenging our preconceived notions, and perhaps transforming our understanding of what it means to be truly wealthy and genuinely happy. Can wealth be the ultimate goal, or is it merely a byproduct of something else? This question takes us to the heart of Naval Ravikant's perspective on wealth, as outlined in his almanac. To Ravikant, wealth isn't the end game, it's a side effect. A side effect of what, you may ask? It's a byproduct of providing value, of solving complex problems, of making meaningful contributions to the world. Ravikant implores us to shift our focus from the pursuit of wealth for its own sake, to the pursuit of solutions, of innovation, of value. He asserts that wealth is a natural outcome when we channel our energy into creating something of real worth, something that can uplift, inspire, or simplify lives. In this sense, achieving wealth becomes less about accumulation and more about contribution. And so, in Ravikant's words, wealth isn't about taking, wealth is about giving. Is happiness a state of mind or a result of external factors? This question has been the subject of debate for centuries. But for Naval Ravikant, the answer is clear. He views happiness not as a result of external circumstances, but as a skill that can be developed. According to Ravikant, we tend to believe that happiness is the byproduct of success, wealth, or good relationships. But this is not the case. He posits that happiness is an internal state of mind that one can cultivate. It's not the result of what happens to us, but our response to what happens. Ravikant suggests that by training our minds, much like we train our bodies, we can learn to be happy. It's about developing the ability to find contentment and joy in the present moment, regardless of what's happening around us. This is a radical departure from how most of us perceive happiness, but it's a perspective that offers hope and empowerment. As Ravikant states, happiness is a choice and a skill that you can develop. How does wealth relate to happiness, according to Ravikant? Now, this is where the real wisdom begins to unfold. Ravikant argues that wealth and happiness are not necessarily linearly interconnected, but wealth can provide the resources to pursue what makes us happy. Yes, wealth can provide the freedom to explore, to learn, to experience. It takes away the worry of basic necessities, giving us the time and space to chase our passions, to build relationships, to cultivate hobbies. However, it's important to note that wealth is not a guarantee of happiness. In fact, wealth without wisdom can often lead to more distress. Ravikant emphasizes that happiness is a skill, a deliberate and conscious practice. It's not something that can be bought, but something that must be learned and mastered. Wealth can provide the canvas, but we must paint our own masterpiece of happiness. Remember, wealth can provide the means, but happiness is a skill to be mastered. What have we learned from Naval Ravikant's wisdom? As we delve into the essence of what we've discussed, we realize that wealth and happiness, despite appearing interwoven, aren't directly linked. Wealth, as Ravikant has shown us, is not the key to happiness. Instead, it's a tool that can provide us the freedom to pursue our true happiness. Yet finding and maintaining happiness isn't as simple as amassing wealth. It's a skill, a practice that we must cultivate, akin to honing a craft or mastering an art. It requires patience, resilience, and a deep understanding of oneself. Ravikant encourages us to understand that happiness is within us, waiting to be discovered and nurtured. As we wrap up, let's remember, wealth and happiness are two different paths, and only by walking both can we find a balanced, fulfilling life. In the end, it's not wealth or happiness but the harmony of the two that leads to a fulfilling life. As Ravikant puts it, a calm mind, a fit body, a house full of love, these things cannot be bought, they must be earned.